Hello, boys and girls, what's going on? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of Bloodstock 2023.
I'm Beccy. I do vocals in Tribal Ghost.
I'm Ben. I play the bass.
I'm Danny. I'm the drummer.
I'm Adam, and I do vocals and guitar.
We love it. How are you guys all doing anyway? How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. Still kind of like that post-weird performance kind of stage where like, when you do like a big stage, like when we did like last year, we did New Blood stage, which is a little bit smaller, we were on the Sophie stage this year. So it is just that kind of weird, kind of surreal world of, we just did it. Like, we've known about this for ages and been really excited, and now it's just done.
It hasn't quite hit yet.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No.
Exactly.
Like the adrenaline's just slowly bleeding out. We're like, oh my god, it's amazing, and now it's like,
We have to go back to real life now.
I'm an adult.
Why? Is it one of those weird moments though where it's like, we're playing Bloodstock soon, oh my god, it's like taking fucking ages to get here. You get here and you're like, oh, it's done?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. We got booked in September. Like we got
shit.
Yeah, we've had a fucking year, and we're like, oh my god, this is gonna be so good. I was so excited, and it's like right, and then 40 minutes, it's like,
Have we started?
Oh, it's done, right?
it's done now. No, it's an absolute goddamn honour. Like we can't thank Simon enough for bringing us back, and we can't thank the Bloodstock crew enough for just putting that faith in us again. And you know what? I hope we put that faith back.
I mean, from the audience reaction and the response that we had, I think that we did, you know? Like, everyone that has just had so much brilliant feedback. Their response, like, during the show was amazing. Like, the amount of people that... I think the rain did help a little bit, but the amount of people that kind of were in the tent and stuck around for the whole set and things. And normally, like, when a set finishes, people go, oh, I'm going to run out now. But people really stuck around. And we did the whole, you know, let's take a photo and all that.
Yeah, classic.
Like, I was like, I hope people stay for that. It'd be very shame to try and do it. And it's like,
It's always the worst when you just see like people with motion blur walking out of the tent behind you. It's not taking a picture.
Oh, they're all leaving. Oh, awesome. Thanks, guys. You absolute bastards.
But no, they stuck around, and like we can't be more thankful. Like, I think for all of us, we're all in that same state of being of kind of like, we played here last year. We're back a year later. How? And then also following up afterwards with like everyone just being so incredible. And our show and our music is all about like catharsis and connection and just letting it all out. And the fact that everyone stuck around and we felt that, and I really do hope the crowd did. Maybe they did, but the fact they had that meant the world to us.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. I mean, for a festival show though, compared to a gig, say for a Tribal Ghost gig, obviously people are going to be more aware of you guys and more aware of what you do, etc. So for a festival compared to a show, do you change the set list up a bit? Do you plan accordingly to where you are? Is it like banger after banger?
Yeah, I mean, for this one, we've been planning it for a long time. So a lot of the songs we played were sort of, we had them and then we're like, when we finished Sunburner, we were like, this has to be the start of the Bloodstock set. So because we've known it for such a long time, we've almost curated this like bespoke set for Bloodstock. I think for festivals, you do want to have a bit more pizzazz, and you know, it just depends on the vibe really. Like we did a smaller festival in Brighton a couple of months ago, but it's all like heavy doom and stuff, so you kind of want to cater more towards the sound where you're playing really. And then maybe with a bigger festival put a little bit extra in and stuff. Like of course, like we were so lucky to have Jasper here this weekend, our good friend in Beyond Extinction. So we got him on stage to do our guest spot where normally we have Ben Mason from Bound in Fear. So that was really, really fun when we managed to make that work. It kind of literally like we bumped into him like on Thursday, and then Danny was like, shall we ask Jasper to do it?
Yeah.
And then we're like, and then he was so up for it and killed it. Yeah.
That's
so good.
That is incredible. I'm going to pass over to my co-host.
Enter the co-host.
Here is the co-host. I just
Hello,
wanted to back up
co-host.
to what you were just saying then about Jasper from Beyond Extinction. Just sending out massive love to the boys in Beyond Extinction after what happened with Zach.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely
big old love to them. Big old love to
heartbreaking.
them.
We had the guys on the show a while back, and Zach was such a lovely young guy, so much passion, and so much talent.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so shocking. Like at the moment, I think everyone's sort of in that kind of state of
Yeah.
just
Hasn't
letting it all kind
sunk
of sink in.
But I don't know if you're aware about this, as us guys as a podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
Yay!
I was going to ask you guys if you're familiar with Sophie's story, but I saw those very fashionable wristbands that you're wearing there.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
I think we were all of, very aware when the horrific thing kind of happened at the time. I remember seeing it all on the news and things, and all of us being sort of, alternative and in that subculture and being, wanting to express that within ourselves. It's, it was, so tragic, but then from that, this such beautiful movement of acceptance and things, and how amazing that's been to be able to be someone that can be a part of the alt subculture and be able to express yourself and people being more accepting with each other and things. And I think that's what's really brilliant is, especially with Bloodstock this year, and the amount of merging subcultures that come together and bring different people, and things like the hardcore scene and things. It isn't really metal, but it's still heavy, and it's the combination of that and people just being, it's inclusive in terms of all these different little sub-genres of metal and extreme heavy music coming together, which then makes it, I think, people more tolerable and accepting.
Absolutely. It's been said by many people while we've been here, Bloodstock is such a family event. And I don't mean bringing your kids, although people are bringing their kids. There's so many kids here.
Literally.
But, everyone just gets along like one big family.
There's so many friendly, familiar faces every year as well. So it sort of adds to that family sort of feel of seeing familiar people every year, and it's just great.
It's amazing to see, but obviously you guys are your supporters of the foundation, as you're just saying. So did that make that set today that extra little bit special, being on that stage, flying that flag for Sophie, knowing what message you were putting out there?
I think of the weirdos, we are the weirdest weirdos. and I'm not saying that in a way of being like, oh yeah, no, level up, one up kind of thing. It's we have been those people.
Yeah.
We've been the people that have been, I know I have. I've been, we've been the people that have been, fucked up for being weird. And for us to be up on that stage to go like, you know what, we're flying the flag proudly, being the weirdest we possibly can, and doing it with all the conviction and connect. And again, like I said, our set is about catharsis and connection, and it's incredible to see so many people go like, look, we're weird, come and fucking party, just come and join in, and let all that shit, all that, everything that fucks with you on a daily basis, we get it out on stage, we throw it all over the goddamn stage. Come and join us, get it out. And it was, I know for me it was an honour to be back on Sophie and saying like, this is it. Yeah. Come and just let out everything.
It's like therapy almost.
Yes, absolutely. Every time we perform, that's probably been the biggest stage that we have done to date, is this performance this weekend. But even the smallest shows that we've done, it's just we bring the same level of energy every time. It's like, even if there's been a couple of times where I felt my neck a bit and I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't headbang and I need to kind of take it chill. And in the moment everything we start, and it's like muscle memory, cannot help yourself but just move,
go for it.
Yeah.
But obviously, I was saying a moment ago that there's a lot of kids here, there's a lot of families here, and those kids are going to grow up, at least I hope, still listening to this sort of music.
Yeah.
They're going to be the people that are our age, coming with their friends. They're going to be people, hopefully, on that stage like you guys one day. With the work with the foundation are doing now, what they want to know is what they can do to help that generation. So those people are coming up now, if they're going to start going through what we had to go through, what is something the foundation could possibly do to help them? Is there anything that comes off the top of your head as something they could maybe offer to the younger generation?
I think safe spaces. I think there's a lot of kids who are, I think with social media coming up, in some ways is a really brilliant thing, because some of these isolated kids can find a place online to connect with people. So I think a combination of physical safe space, places for them to actually come together. Like, we love playing our shows, but the majority of our shows have to be 18 plus, simply because of the licensing, the venues that are around. And I think there's so many kids that would love, you know, like teenagers and things, or, you know, with their parents or something, that would love to come to more shows where they can, with, you know, accompanied by an adult or things like 14 plus.
Yeah.
Like, I've from my hometown, how I got into music and was able to accelerate more into that was because there were 14 plus venues. Whereas when, you know, I moved to Brighton, met all these guys there, but there's only 18 plus.
Yeah.
So I think maybe a push for 14 plus venues, improved licensing, could be really, really beneficial for the scene and for all the lost weirdo kids that need a place to have fun.
That's a fantastic idea. I really like that idea, yeah.
It's like all four of us. We you know what? No, fucking not. We are. We are the lost weirdo kids, and we found each other. We found our family. We found, like, the Brighton scene. We found all of the Brighton scene. We found our tribe.
Oh, you went there.
I went there.
I can't work out if she looked disappointed or proud of that.
She's, you know what? Becky, the wonderful human that you are. It's just I think a combination of both permanently. Yeah, it can't be two at once. But we found our family, and we wouldn't have found that unless we had the love and support of so many people. And quite honestly, like Beck said, it was like 14 plus venues is where that starts, and it's like these kind of places where people can find their families and can find their crew and find the people that they know and can connect and make those incredible moments.
Absolutely.
And the Sophie Lancaster Foundation does an incredible job anyway. I'd love to see them work with the MVT. I'd love to see them work with the MVT and do more
MVT's
stuff.
Music Venue Trust.
Yeah, Music Venue Trust, and do so much work with them, and, you know, really, really push to get kids in venues and get them seeing bands, being like, you're not alone. We're all fucking weirdos. Go be fucking weird. Be proud of being weird. We all are. Go be proud of it.
And it goes back to that therapy thing like I was saying earlier. 14-year-old kids have a shit day at school. What's better than going out, listening to some heavy music, throwing your head around and just letting go?
Oh, yeah. Like, I was useless at school. Like, not in a bad way. Like, I'm very adamant to put this on the podcast. I have ADHD. I have dyslexia. I am I have generalized anxiety disorder. I am literally the fucked up kid. And I wouldn't be able to go out on stage and throw my gear around like an absolute lunatic without having found my family. And that's what kids need.
Absolutely. And back in that as well, those 14-year-old kids that are at that venue together, should we start a band? Hell yeah!
Exactly what happens.
Exactly. Absolutely, mate. Bringing it back to you guys, though. New single, Hive, came out just under 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
How are you... The look of pride on your face, that answers that question. I was going to say, how has it been received? How are you loving it? Has been out there?
So well. We've... the response is like... Yeah, it's just been absolutely great. I mean, we've one thing for us was we entered the Kerrang chart, their top 20 for their new songs every week. We got that last week, which was big milestone, a big kind of dream come true. Yeah. We all used to get Kerrang magazine when we were kids, you know. So like to actually be like, I'm actually in it, is like just a dream come true. And I think we're just sort of starting to build momentum now. I think there's like when you're a small band, you kind of have these little cycles and of momentum when you release something or do a big show and things like that. And I think that I can see the momentum thing is getting a bit bigger now.
Yes.
And the things are really starting to snowball a bit more. So it's just, we're really, really happy. And but we know the hard work really begins now. Yeah.
The look of fear.
Yeah.
It's the look of excitement and also going. I do like fucking 23-hour days. Oh God, it's just a week now. Sleep does not exist.
before I let you guys get out of here, I know everyone has heard the new single. Everyone who's in that tent is going to want to know: is there a tour on the way? Is there some shows being planned?
We can't say too much, but we really, really hope that we might be able to announce some stuff in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, I like it.
What a tease!
Yeah,
What a tease!
It's
We're just waiting for some green lights and some green flags, and then we might be able to say some things.
Phenomenal. Guys, thank you so much for cramming yourself in this tiny media area because of the bloody
it's
rain.
a pleasure. It's
means
a
the
pleasure.
absolute world.
It means the world to us as well.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, enjoy the rest of
Thank
the
you,
week.
Rose. You too. Have a fucking
Thank you
wonderful
very much,
time.
guys.
No,
Going under.
you know what? I'll take it.
I missed you. There we go.